Hello everyone, my name is Clav. Today we'll be playing through Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This is the intro, and before I explain what I'm doing and who I am, I'll just roll through the credits because I think the Star Wars logo comes up. Yes, it does. And also the credit roll will come up, which I'll try and read through even though I have sped up the credits slightly just because it rolls a little slow. Star Wars Battlefront. After centuries of peace, the Old Republic is beset by war. The Senate considers the creation of a grand army of the Republic. Meanwhile, shadowy figures conspire to secretly draw the galaxy into conflict, encouraging the evil Trade Federation to act against the defenseless planet of Naboo. As the mechanized droid army descends, meager security forces gather to mount a last desperate defense of their peaceful world. In this version, you actually play as the droids, not the Gungans. As to what I'm doing playing this, now, Star Wars for me is very familiar. I played Star Wars when I was a kid. I played Battlefront. I played Battlefront 2. I played Ratchet & Clank. And to me, restarting doing YouTube, I've done it before. I did it probably from when I was 15, I'd say, till maybe 21. I'm 26 now. I have 2 kids, and I just want to do something fun that requires not as much attention, hence why it's in post-commentary, not pre-commentary.
The rabble of Naboo have dared to raise an army against us. Take a legion to the fields and wipe them out. All of them.
If you didn't get all of that, that was Palpatine talking, explaining what was going on. Now we get sort of a tutorial, bit of information on how to play Battlefront.
Red command posts are under the control of your enemy. The planet's native forces, such as the Gungan army, hold the yellow command posts. Neutral command posts appear white. Anyone can claim them.
Enemy forces have captured a command post.
To capture a command post, stand near it and defend the area until you have converted the post to your faction's control.
We've captured a command post.
The reinforcement meter at the top of the screen indicates the number of troops available for each faction. The green portion of the meter represents the number of reinforcements you have left. The red portion indicates the remaining size of your enemy's army. As your faction captures more command posts, your dominance on the battlefield increases. Capture all command posts or reduce enemy reinforcements to 0 to claim victory.
Wasn't that just fun? The old school tutorial, how to play, and it's so simple, so basic, and so familiar. That's why I thought this was a great way to start. So we just go through and play the historical campaign. This is the Clone Wars version. I'm playing on medium difficulty, I believe, and the aim assist is on. The reason being is, again, I want to feel like this is me playing familiarly as a kid, which doesn't really sound like a word, but it needs to feel authentic. You know how you pick up a game and you're like, wow, I really, really loved playing this, and it just brings back fond memories? Well, that's what this felt like. I didn't want it to be like me pushing myself to play because I'm not very good anymore. I haven't played games for a very long time, and it's sort of taken a back burner in my life. This is one of the Naboo maps. There's 2 Naboo maps in this. This is the first one. It's an open field. You fight the Gungans. One of the cool things about fighting the Gungans in this version is that in the 2 different game modes, whether it be historical campaign or regular single player, you don't actually get to experience the shield, which is shown there. Capping command posts are all pretty similar. I don't think there's any different spots based on the map layout. The Gungans themselves are unique in that they are a native species that you are effectively trying to defeat to win the battle. One of the things I love about the gameplay of this is it feels so janky. I proned then for no reason whatsoever, other than I was learning the controls. And just the way that he proned, it felt like it took forever. Whereas if you played a fresh, new AAA game, you could totally change from prone to up to down to left to right to backwards to upside down. Maybe have an exoskeleton. There's a whole bunch of different things you could be doing. So that sort of jankiness, that familiar nature of the game is what I really enjoy playing. about now we start taking over on the count up top. So I think we're at 147, 118 on the kills, and there's a couple different ways you can win. You shouldn't lose in the campaign this early on. It's designed to be pretty easy, hence why it's on medium mode. Hard mode, I probably still could have done it, but when I was a kid, I never played hard mode. It's probably really easy. I just thought medium would be a good in-between to start off. So we're trying the different classes. This is the sniper version of the droid. I actually didn't like playing as the sniper when I was young. However, the bullet drop in this is non-existent. So it's actually really simple, aside from aiming. If you miss where you're aiming, you are totally going to miss everything because it's exactly where you aim it. There's no bullet drop. Also, hitboxes are weird, so that's why that guy just popped. This is a recon droid. Again, just trialing different classes and how they behave. I don't think I've used the recon droid before, again, because I didn't play as the sniper. So when I was young, I pretty much would have only played as battle droid, and I loved playing as the demolition. So using an RPG and blowing up people is lots of fun. And that kind of continued into further games as I grew up. Black Ops 2, I think I had a diamond small, which is ridiculous. You have to kill people with it, and you can only shoot UAVs, I think. I don't know, it's complicated. I'm way out of the gaming sphere at the moment. We're off to Black Ops 6. And that's just where we're at, which is why this is good for me to be extending myself back into the gaming world. What we'll try to do is play through the campaign. I'll try to do 2 levels per video. It could take longer, could take less. Aim for about 10 minutes, and then sort of see what I can do with other games. I love Borderlands. Borderlands is a great one. I could totally play through Borderlands at my own pace, because this is, again, more of a passion project than anything. And if you are watching, and you dedicate time to watching, I'm really sorry if things get in the way, like life and kids and stuff. My daughter is currently watching Peppa Pig. She's having a great time. But she said she didn't need me, so here I am recording a video. That's just how it is, being daddy daycare. These last few Gungans here, we're down to 2. Pick up the pieces. I don't know where the last one went. I think he went to cap a different command post, but he got taken out. So it's sort of slow at the finish here, just because I'm capping this command post. Not sure what the 2 beasts do. Haven't really tried to kill them before. I'd have to probably look into it a little bit. Maybe they have the shields on the top where the bubbles are, but we ended up taking the victory anyway. There was no way that the Gungans could come back from that. So if we look at the stats board, I've tried to speed it up, but I took number 1. I had 27 kills. 3 headshots, that's not bad. Favourite class was Battle Droid. And then player awards. So these are like different categories based on how you played. Thankfully, I'm not a traitor. I think I have friendly fire turned off, though.
The Royal Naboo Security Force is trying to retake Theed while the bulk of our forces are engaged with the Gungans. You must hold the city at all costs.
Now we're doing the rebellion on Theed, so we actually take on the rebels, I guess you would say. Kind of operates in a similar way to the story, but in Phantom Menace, the droids don't get shown taking Theed and then absolutely wiping the floor with every single person who defends Theed whatsoever. They sort of capture them, and then that's how the Trade Federation works their way into the story. I learned very early on that this side of the map is actually a better side to start on, because you can cap this command post really easy if you take this vehicle. So I took the vehicle straight away, took out as many of the members of Theed as possible, and started capping the command post. You have to be careful, because if you cap a command post, you will have enemies spawning. Rushing it is a good idea sometimes. If you rush too early and you don't have people with you, hence why the vehicle was important, then you can get the floor wiped with you pretty easy. It would be nice to have an updated version of Battlefront that was the exact same game with better graphics and different maps, but I don't think we're ever going to get that. It's not really a remaster that they're rushing to remake over at Lucasfilm and Disney, and that's okay. It is what it is. But again, that's why the familiarity of the game. I don't know why I can't say it. Okay, sometimes I really struggle with speaking. It's the easy ones that get me, the joining words. Now, capping this command post is also important, but really, really difficult. So you get everybody spawning at the one command post on that platform. So all the enemies are here watching over you while you try to take them out. I'm still the battle droid and I still haven't died yet. That's just how I played that strategy, using the vehicle as a block and me effectively as a human battering ram, well not human, a droid battering ram to progress the team further. It's a very easy game to learn tactically if you know how to play before. Sometimes it can be difficult because you can catch yourself like running through Mos Eisley, jumping over walls, jumping on buildings, trying to get vantage points, and sometimes rushing is the ultimate strategy. Yeah, it changes based on map to map, but it's a pretty simple game to learn, and I think that's why it's so fun to play. This is just on the Xbox Series X, I think. It's ported over, so that's why it's fresh and useful. It's not my old analog TV with my PS2 plugged in, which I still have. That is a weird spawn for that. I don't know. I didn't even notice that before. I don't know why it spawned there. As you can see, I got overran by the Royal Guards of Theed. I spawned at a different spawn point because I didn't feel like I showed enough of the map. We're at 156 to 59. There's pretty much no way that they can come back from that. Trying to use the arterials of the map to stay away from the center. If you open yourself up in the center, that's where you get killed really easy. I'm testing fall damage here, so I take out the turret, jump off. There is fall damage. I didn't think there was, but there is. And this side of the map isn't the greatest to try and take because it's more open and it's less condensed like the other side. But they do have those speeders. I hopped into a droidica, which I don't normally do. I don't think I've ever played as a droidica in Battlefield 1. I think I have in Battlefield 2 because it rolls. And if it's not in 2, it's in one of the updated versions that EA made. So here we just have to take 12 people out and then we win. And it's as simple as that to play Star Wars Battlefront. That's why it's really fun. That's why the historical campaign's pretty fun. The second one is awesome with the clones. That is probably one of my favourite PS2 campaigns I've ever played. Growing up with this game, I'm really happy to show that I love it and that I can go through loving it with other people. If nobody watches this, that's fine. If somebody watches it, that's great. I hope that I've provided some kind of valuable information or at least entertainment. But yeah, we're running out of time here. That's the 2 missions. So again, the personal stats come up. I actually played much better in this game than I did the last one. I had 27 on Public Enemy, which is great. So thank you for watching, and I'll definitely be back with more.